Hey, what's going on, man? It's looking like the Green Bay Packers just might be the favorites to win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, I could be completely wrong. Also, man, ever since that blood moon, it's been some strange happenings going on around here in this country, man. And young Thug, is this over for young Jeffrey? Yes, no, maybe so. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Welcome to another episode of 58 South TV presents Topics of Discussion, your new home for sports news and entertainment. I am your host, 58 South, along with my co-host, Mr. Joose Joints. What's happening, sir?
What's up, big man? 58. How you feeling, brother?
Man, doing great. How about yourself, man?
Friday, baby. It's Friday out here. It's a great day. I feel good. We look good. Everything is good, baby.
Yeah, I see. So you got the new backdrop popping. Congrats on the new condo situation.
This ain't even a backdrop. It is real right here, brother. We in the
That's what it
condo
do.
right now.
That's what
This
it
is
do.
out here. I ain't in Vegas where I need to be watching the fight, but I am somewhere that they not.
Yeah, yes, sir. And before we get started, just like last episode, this episode is brought to you by the Inspired Experience. Not just a poetry night, not just live spoken word, one writer, elite performers, taking place November 15th, North Hills, Raleigh, Hilton. Make sure y'all go to www.inspiredtickets.com to get your tickets. Use promo code 58South for $35 off your purchase. Now, let's get started.
Ooh, that's a good deal right there, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said $35 off?
Yeah, man.
Ooh, that's the good deal. That ain't the little where they try to get you with the promo code and you go and check it out and it's like $1.99 off of the regular price. You be like, what the hell? What the bumbuckle is going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the fight, man, I won't be able to watch it like we mentioned on Monday Night Live, but I am telling y'all right now, I got Terrance Crawford winning that fight. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Juice, do you have a dog in the fight, or you just gonna watch a good fight?
No dog in the fight. I'm gonna stream it for free somewhere. I'm gonna watch it and hopefully enjoy it.
Are you DJing on Saturday?
I sure am not, man. I got some other plans going on, but I will be definitely watching that fight. You know what I mean? When I get a chance. Hell, my homeboys out there, they're gonna be live out there watching it.
Ooh. Well, that sounds like a great atmosphere there, brother. Great atmosphere.
Man.
Speaking of great atmospheres, man, looked like it was rocking in Green Bay last night when the Packers beat the Commanders.
It's been rocking in Green Bay since game one, brother. People didn't want to hear me when I said Michael Parsons is going to make an impact immediately on that team. He has came and made an impact immediately on that team. That team looks like they are definitely going to the Super Bowl as of 2 games, though, which is very early. But if I had to judge right now, them boys look like they are the real deal.
Okay. That first game they won, was it a home game? No, it was an away game, right?
Who was it against, first of all? I forgot. It wasn't Minnesota, was it?
Pull it up.
Yeah, I have to pull it up too. I'm sorry. I'm so hype about this damn week 3, and all this coming up, and week 2 actually for the NFL, but week 3 in college, it's just crazy. I'm going crazy over here. Let's see, because I can't recall, but I know that was the truth.
Grab it real quick. See, they had, come on, phone. Not a phone acting like the laptop.
No, week 4 they playing the Cowboys. I know that.
Yeah, they beat Detroit at home.
They beat Detroit. That's what it was.
Okay. They beat Detroit. So, all right. So they got 2 home victories. Let's see how they do on the road.
Let's see. And Michael Parsons got a sack in each game, by the way, too.
I told you. Well, I did ask the question. Do you think it's going to be his best defensive year? Well, I mean, he putting on for the money.
And you know what? He supposed to.
What games you looking at this week, man? Coming up. I know for NFL wise, the big game seems to be the Sunday afternoon game, 4:25. You got Philly going to Kansas City.
Oh yeah. I just seen somebody on ESPN, so-called, do the picks, and they picked Kansas City plus 1.5. You know what, man? I don't know, bruh, because Philadelphia look like they still the real deal too. So I don't know, man.
One game I find that's going to be pretty interesting to see, to give an indicator how the season's going to go for them. I think it's going to be that Monday night game, the 10 p.m. game, the Chargers at the Raiders. I think that's going to be a telltale game for the Raiders and Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, man.
Really? So you ain't messing with that Tampa-Houston game that's coming on before that, are you?
Could care less.
Okay.
Could care less.
I love that Tampa and Houston. I love Baker Mayfield, and I love, I love it. You know what I mean? Either way, we just gonna roll with that Los Angeles and Vegas. You right? I mean, you definitely right. What do you think is gonna be the outcome?
I think the Raiders are gonna pull that game off, man. I think the Raiders are gonna pull it off, man. I think I don't know. I just believe Pete Carroll as a coach. I just believe in Pete Carroll more than I believe in Harbaugh. as a coach with
Really?
weapons. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a very interesting one. What's the spread on that game? I think we had the Chargers -3.5, the over and under at 45.5. The only bet I would have, to me, that would be semi safe. I would go with the under 45.5 because that spread right there is very close. It's a tight one. It's gonna be a tight one. I don't think it's gonna be a runaway game.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think it'll be more than that 45.5 points just because of two West Coast teams. Prime time, you're gonna be the only thing going on at 10 p.m. here. So what's that, 8 o'clock their time, 7 o'clock their time,
Seven,
6 o'clock?
seven, yeah.
7 o'clock their time. It's not really like y'all both got two top tier defenses. So I'm thinking shootout, man.
So
I'm
what kind of
thinking
score you going with?
I'm thinking shootout, man. I think she's gonna be in the 30s. Yeah, 30 each. Yeah, 30 each. It's gonna be a real good back and forth, high scoring game, man.
That's big. I like it, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely still staying with the under 45.5. You better show me.
Yeah, and that Chargers 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're taking too. You taking the Chargers at -3, or you taking the Vegas Raiders with +3.5?
Yeah, I'm just Raiders.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone, man. I'm gonna enjoy the game though. I'll tell you that.
I heard that. Now, let's get to where you make your bread and butter. College, Clemson, Georgia Tech. I personally would put the money on the Georgia Tech situation, seeing how Clemson struggled at Troy. I have a hard time believing in that squad if you let Troy go up 16-3 at any point in a game ever. Like you can't look shaky against a team that sound like it only has one person on the team named Troy. So I can't.
Yeah, they had some big boys on that team though. I watched that game. That was real. You saying the Georgia Tech and Clemson game. The spread is crazy. Like I thought Georgia Tech would be getting some more points. Even though they're playing at home, and I know Clemson ain't look like Clemson. I would have thought that Georgia Tech would have got a little bit more than 3.5 on this game. So this is making me think: is Clemson gonna have their bounce back game in week 3? Are they gonna run over Georgia Tech? Are they gonna handle their business? By the other two games that I've seen them, they haven't been looking that good, 58.
Who, Clemson?
They haven't looked like the Clemson, yeah, of old time. Georgia Tech has been looking great.
See okay, so this is the issue with these two teams. Clemson has looked bad against another nationally ranked team and looked shaky against a team they should have blew out. While Georgia Tech, on the other hand, beat I'm gonna say a decent Colorado team because they're still in a power conference. And that second win, who did Georgia Tech beat last week? God, who did Georgia Tech beat last week? Hold on, I'll pull that up too.
I'm about to say, you keep on catching me off guard right here. I should know that anyway because I went off that game. And I cannot remember either.
Yeah, it was another runaway. They beat who was it, Wofford or somebody? Who is this? It's a
Was it?
bulldog. It's a bulldog logo, and I know it ain't the
Was it Georgia
bulldog.
State?
Oh man, they beat Gardner Webb, man. They beat
Gardner Webb.
they beat Gardner
Man,
Webb.
yeah, okay, well.
Salute to Gardner Webb, North Carolina University in the North
Salute.
Carolina, yeah. But
But
right. So this is
now to me, I know people want to say Georgia Tech because of the fact that they won the last two games, right? But just like you said, okay, they beat Colorado. Okay, they beat Gardner Webb. Let me tell you something. Man. I hate to be like this, but we have to do this. This is a topic of discussion, and I got to bring it.
what's up.
Clemson is going to run the brakes off of Georgia Tech, brother. Clemson is finally going to wake up in week 3 and show you why they still number 12 in the nation. Clemson is going to powerhouse these boys at Georgia Tech.
And I'm thinking that Georgia Tech is gonna have a whole lot of the same comments plastered around the locker room all week long with the same sentiments that you're saying, and they're gonna blow Clemson out at home.
And you know what? There's a lot of people that's with you that's going with the spread right now. There's more people going with Georgia taking the spread than there is not. I'm going with it's not because I've learned lessons in life, and I don't go where the money's at. I get the money.
So that's so you got Clemson, I got Georgia Tech.
I got Clemson with the wheels getting blown the hell off of Georgia Tech. When I tell you blown off, I'm talking about 38-10, brother. Some crazy wheels is off, brother. You know what I mean? If not more.
Okay. What you got on your Colorado Buffaloes against Houston tonight?
That's tonight. Woo, boy.
They got Houston. Houston -4.5.
They sure do got Houston -4.5 because they don't know what Colorado is going to show up yet. And that's the question of everybody who follows these games. What Colorado is going to show up today? Is the one from last week going to show up? Or is the one from Georgia Tech when they played Georgia Tech week 1 going to show up? When they look crazy and didn't understand nothing. Last week, Deion Sanders went with all 3 quarterbacks to see which one he was going to run with the most. And he found one. I think the last name is Schaub. I can't remember exactly what his last name is. And I'm sorry I can't. but it's the third quarterback they used, and he's ready to go. So I
Okay.
don't know how they're gonna start this game and how they're gonna do it again. But I like the technique of Dion by even doing that. You know what I mean? Testing out all three quarterbacks to see who played and responded the best. So with this game, I'm gonna run with my Colorado, not trying to be biased. I'm not gonna take them on the money line though. I would take Colorado plus 5.5 with the points. If they do lose, I don't think it'll be by more than that.
Okay. Well, a game that turned out to end up, that's turning out to be a big game, but I'm sure it wasn't looked that way on the schedule before the season started. Number 18, University of South Florida versus number 5, Miami at Miami. And all of a sudden, with USF doing this thing, this is a big game now.
Now, this is the one I'm going to run with, 58. You know, that Georgia Tech was cool with the Clemson, but this right here, my
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What is the line? I'm looking at it. I'm trying to find it now. It's still there. It was there for the last 3 days in.
Really?
So I thought it was going to cut. Oh, buddy, if you want some money, you better put that money on South Florida plus 17.5. And I don't care what you got. If you want to double up, if you want to triple up, if you want to quadruple up, whatever you want to do, put it on USF. 58 is on it. I'm on it. You need to be on it.
See, this my thing with this game. Like, where they getting this minus 17.5 from? USF just beat 2 nationally ranked teams to get to this. Well, not to get to the game, but on the way to this game, they just beat 2 nationally ranked teams.
It don't matter. They think they're going to get the wheels blown off of them. And I don't know why either, 58, but sometimes it happens. It only happens once or twice a season that you get this lucky. Because you and I both know how the University of South Florida is coming out, especially playing Miami. Oh my gosh.
You and
they
I
got
both
a point
know.
to prove.
You and I both know how the University of Miami defense sucks for real in real life every season. No matter how well they're doing, that defense always shows up to be that same sorry defense eventually. It's early in the season. Miami's known for being pretty decent early in the season. They normally fall off. They'll lose 2 games they shouldn't in the middle of the season or toward the end of the season when they got a chance at playing for the conference championship or something. They'll falter then. It might happen early to them, but I don't think they're going to beat South Florida by 18 points, even if they are playing at home. I can't see that. I could be wrong. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening.
58, we don't agree on everything all the time, but right now, we definitely in agreement. I can't see it. I've seen the University of South Florida play for these last 2 weeks. They've looked great. They have a lot of confidence going on, and all I think is they trying to build on their confidence, and this will be a big one. I don't even think the crazy thing, man, and this is what really sounds crazy. The heck with the points. I think USF is going to win this game outright. You can run on the money line, bruh.
Well, now this is what I'll say. I used to be up until this year a long-standing University of Miami Hurricane fan. I was always a Hurricane fan, even since a child. But I got tired of them always losing when they shouldn't. For example, a couple years ago when they had the game 1 against Georgia Tech, and the coach just decided to do a lot of stupid stuff and end up losing the game in the 4th quarter, last couple minutes. I was like, well, yeah, that's it. That's it for me. The year they had with Cam Ward, I'm like, that's cool, but y'all not going to go as far as y'all think because it's just Miami. And sure enough, got triple option down against Georgia Tech every time. If it wasn't Georgia Tech previously, it'd be North Carolina that would beat them, even when North Carolina didn't have the best of teams. So yeah, man, if you out here putting money on Miami to do something for you, please put that money into the stock fund, ETF. Hell, buy you some Bitcoin or something, man. Matter of fact, buy you some horses to race or something. Do something that's going to give you a return, because Miami is not going to give you a return on your money, man. I'm sorry.
58, the crazy thing about this whole thing, right? The craziest thing, and this is like in a bettor's world, it's like this is unbelievable. Like, you just can't believe it. It's 77% of the people betting are going for Miami. There's only 22%, 23% going for the University of South Florida. On paper, this looks like a total blowout, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not, man. Yeah, so
I can't believe it.
So yeah, if you put money, just put it USF's way. Put it USF's way. Now, gotta give some congratulations. First of all, Coach Mike Vick got your first W, 34-31 over Virginia State. Went to overtime.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big rivalry down there. Well, up there since I'm down here in North Carolina. They up there in VA. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Coach Deshaun Jackson. His first win with Delaware State, 37-32 over Albany. So congratulations to you guys. I'm not seeing the same fanfare as when Dion took over his team. I don't know why. Don't know what's going on out here. You know what I mean? Come on, y'all. We got to keep it consistent.
Yeah, we do on a certain level, but it's two different kind of schools we talking about here also.
Well, Dion didn't start off at Colorado.
Well, you're right. When he was at Jackson State, yeah, you're right. And they did go crazy, but I guess it's just two different type of players there. Because they looking at Dion a little different than they are Mike Vick.
All right.
I don't know why. I don't know why. That's messed up.
Everybody's picking and choosing, but hey, okay. Now, my Aggies got blown out, and a muck on, however you want to say it, by the University of Central Florida, like 60-7. In the process of getting blown out, like we all, even the coach, knew that we were, we lost at least two quarterbacks. I think the third also had an injury, but he might be able to come back. So that brings up an interesting point that Coach John Gibbs even made in his press conference, like when asked about these money games, because that's all they are. Whenever a team like this plays a P4, a Power 4 conference, we get paid to play those guys. That money goes towards upgrades, facility upgrades, upgrades, things of that nature. But what's the real cost of playing these games? Well, your whole coaching strategy gets derailed as a result of it, because now you're down players. So the strategy that you're trying to implement in the off season, now what do? Now you're starting back from ground zero, and I don't think the money is worth it. We got paid $475,000 to lose that game, and you won't ever catch me saying to play that game, because no, we got paid that much money to lose. Now, when we did have an opportunity, we took advantage of it when we had a team strong enough to compete against a P4. The 18, we went to Greenville, beat ECU. That's famously when they have the quote after the game where Coach Washington was like, "Now bring me my check." You know what I mean? Because we beat y'all at y'all own house, and y'all paid us to come here, and y'all thought we were going to lose. So now we beat y'all, embarrassed you, now give me my money. But that right there, that's not normal. Like when App State had beat Michigan, that was the same situation. That's not normal. What's normal is you go out here, you get your head thumped, and you might lose some guys because the strength training and all that is much more superior at a P4 than it is at a FCS playoff type team situation. In my humble opinion, I understand we need the money, but we got to find another way to go about it. This is equivalent to when I talked about the LSU girls scheduling the 4 HBCU teams, like just to beat them to death. Only difference is this is a more physical contact sport. You know what I mean? You don't expect to lose players playing basketball like you do on a football field.
Right.
So I think we need to find a better way to earn money for the school. I mean, even if y'all got to just start having fish fries every Thursday or something, man, do that. Stop.
The fish fries.
Man, stop putting these kids in harm's way, man, just to get a couple bucks for the university, man. Alumni. We gotta do better than this, man. We gotta do something. We gotta come together, pool our money, and send to the right departments, so these kids don't have to keep doing this, man. We gotta stop getting these boys head rocked, man. It's not just A&T. Any smaller school that plays the big school for the money, man, the same result. It's the same
result. Letting them catch strays out there. They just letting them.
Oh no, they're not. No, they're not catching strays. This is being tied up in front of a firing squad. Yeah, that's what this
Line
is, man.
Them up.
This is the game where P4 guys put on their schedule like, look, if I'm gonna get my stats right, this is gonna be it. This is that game. I need 3 touchdowns. I need to go for like 200 plus yards. I can get it this game. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Yeah, we target practice. Yeah, games like this, man, we target practice, man. So I'm really hoping that the athletic department can find another way, a much more healthier way for the players and the school to receive some money, man.
Well, speaking of finding another way,
yes, sir.
And trying to receive more money, and A&T also, I don't know if you know, A&T is also involved with another 5 schools in a gambling scheme that got caught with 13 players from 6 different schools, and A&T being one of them. You got Eastern Michigan, Temple, Arizona State, New Orleans, and Mississippi Valley State. They have players that were so-called, including betting on their own team or against their own team, game manipulation and sharing information with third parties for gambling purposes. They will not disclose any athletes' names right now while this is going on until they figure out all that's going on. But that did come out yesterday. I heard that, and I was like, man, these boys, they try to make a little extra money for themselves, but it ain't right because it's gonna catch up to you, man.
From what sport at A&T? Bowling? 'Cause I mean, it ain't like
Men's
the
college
football team.
basketball. Men's
Men's
college
college, but
basketball. It could be the littlest thing, 58, even though it might not seem like nothing to you, like, because these boys ain't really that good, but they
no,
can
no,
still
no, no, no,
manipulate a
no, no,
game.
no, 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 no. You said not.
Well, when you have a chance to make it even more terrible, maybe that's why some of these things look terrible. Like right, we don't know what happened and how far they went with it, but it don't take but a couple of points to shave off to win some money for somebody.
Yeah, but in order for that to happen, you have to be scoring a lot to shave off a little.
No, not really, not really, because you could just get blown out. You could just get blown out and have the people put the money on the other team. Like, yo, just trust me. Put your money on this team tonight. We're gonna get blown out. I'll make sure that happens.
You ain't have to tell nobody. I don't know if you ever followed the athletics.
Come on, man.
You don't
Come
have to
on,
tell.
58.
You don't have to tell anybody playing basketball at A&T, hey man, bet on the other team. Duh. Yeah, we know water is wet.
Man, that's funny. Well, the names will be coming out sooner or later, but that's all I heard about so far.
Goodness gracious sakes. All right, man. Look, man, it's been a lot of strange happenings going on since this blood moon on September 7th. Some news happened before September 7th. Then you got some stuff that's just so unbelievable. I'm gonna just get right into it, Juice. So at first, I had the news about the guy in Queens who had killed the two elderly folks and set the place on fire. Jamel McGriff, he was wanted in the deaths of Mr. Frank Olton, 76, and Miss Maureen Olton. See what he did on September the 8th. He played like something was wrong with his phone and he needed somewhere to charge it. And Mr. Olton, out of the kindness of his heart, had allowed this man into his house. They have it on footage of him, letting him in through the back gate. About 5 hours later, Mr. McGriff left with a duffel bag and a paper bag, and the Olton's son, who happens to be a New York City Fire Department paramedic, had gotten an alert from his parents' security company about a fire at the home. They get there, they control or contain the fire. They find Mr. Moulton tied up to a pole in the basement with stab wounds, and make sure I get this right. And Miss Maureen, I said Olton, not Moulton. I'm sorry. Miss Olton, she was found on the first floor, severely burned.
Terrible.
People, so random act of kindness turns into a gruesome murder, right? The death penalty should be sought in this case.
Without a doubt.
The death penalty should be sought in this case. I'm trying to make sure I watch what I say. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me just leave it at the death penalty should be sought in this case. Let you in his home cause you seem to be in distress. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's been arrested, of course, and we're gonna see how the rest of this plays out, right? Just when I thought that was gonna be the craziest thing that I'd heard all week, then comes Dallas, Texas. In Dallas, Texas, there was a beheading at a Dallas motel.
A beheading?
Yeah, a beheading. I thought I was misreading the headline, but no. So your Adonis Cobos Martinez killed his supervisor, Chandra Mayahaya. And it turns out the whole dispute was over the supervisor telling him not to use a broken wash machine. That's okay. So he was talking to a lady so the lady could translate to Mr. Martinez, and that sent Mr. Martinez over the top. Mr. Martinez, when he got a machete, just started chopping away at his supervisor. They said at one point, the supervisor's wife and kid came out there to try to stop him, pushed them away, kept running the supervisor down, chopping him. Supervisor thought he was gonna make it to the front office, but he failed. And when he failed, Mr. Martinez did the unthinkable. One eyewitness on the scene, she goes, at first, it seemed like he was trying to split his head down the middle. She was like, then when that didn't work, he gave up on that and just start chopping at his neck. He beheaded him, kicked the head in the parking lot, then he picked it up and put it in the trash bin. This was in broad daylight.
That ain't right out here, 58.
This happened in the daytime. 31-year-old young lady by the name of Ramika Meeks just dropped her child off at school. She was leaving from dropping her kid off. She was approached by the child's father and his current partner. Not sure if it was just his girlfriend, fiance, I don't want to mislabel any of that, so I'm going to just say current partner. End up getting into it. The guy, who's the father of the child that had just got dropped off, puts her in the headlock, and his partner shoots this woman.
I can't even say nothing, man, no more.
Just before we came on to do the show, I had seen in Michigan where a father shot 3 of his kids, killing the oldest, the 17-year-old. Like, they wouldn't give too many details. It was just like in the city, I want to say Huron, they had a police call to respond to an incident, and a father had shot his 3 children. Now, my cousin Daniel Grady, owner, operator of Grade A Graphics, y'all holler at him, responsible for this dope backdrop, you see. He has this quote. He always says, "Watch what happened after a full moon." He said, "I don't care where you at, what's going on, just watch what happened after a full moon." And the blood moon was on September 7th. The things I'm telling you happened after, and of course, there was the shooting that everybody knows about. A lot of people have their own thoughts and opinions on it. I'm noticing a large back and forth on whatever social media that you're on about the Charlie Kirk situation. If you want to know my opinion or thoughts on it, I have none. I don't. I'm just sitting back, waiting for everything to come out, wondering why the person who did it, why they did it, and that person that they have in custody, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson from Utah. And if for some reason you don't know what I'm talking about, Charlie Kirk, conservative activist, owner of Turning Point USA. He had a speaking engagement at Utah Valley University out there in Utah. And while he was speaking, he was shot in the neck. He was rushed to the hospital, and of course, he succumbed to his injuries. Joose, did you have any thoughts on the situation? Because I ain't want to just, go over it, because I didn't have any thoughts on it. I ain't want to not give you the opportunity.
I definitely, I'll just keep it quick and simple. In anything that ever goes on, especially when it just comes to somebody speaking how they feel, killing is never the answer to me, and that's in all scenarios. Killing is the answer in different scenarios if you have to defend yourself physically from an attack of some sort. Anything that comes from somebody's opinion and how they feel and what they want to talk about, killing should never be the solution. So that's all I have to say about that situation. And also there was a shooting in Colorado as well too, that same day.
Another one? Didn't it happen the first week of school in Colorado where the kids got shot?
I'm not sure about that, but the same day.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was Minnesota. That was Minnesota, right?
In Minnesota. So the same
that
day
was Minnesota. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the same day this happened was the Colorado high school had 2 kids shot as well. That same day that happened in Utah. So there's a lot going on with this blood moon. Whatever you're talking about, there's a lot going on, 58.
Yeah, man. It's interesting out here, man. And I'm, as far as what you just said with the killing somebody for what they're saying or whatever, I don't know that to be the case. That's why this man shot him. That's why I don't have any opinion or nothing on it. That's why I'm just waiting for everything to come out. I know they got him. Now I'm just trying to see if they'll get the motive out of him. Then we can go from there after that. But until I get all that, I'm just looking at it like, okay.
Because I definitely, I don't agree with anything that Kirk, Charlie Kirk preached about and talked about and, did his little rounds around these schools. I had nothing, in common with this man. You know what I mean? But the only thing I do have in common is that I know in my heart it's not right. Everybody has their right to say what they want. And that's just it. Because I'm going to say what I want, just like you'll say what you want. Anybody got the right to say what they want. You ain't got the right to physically try to harm me or take me away from this world because you feel a certain way because of what I said. You know what I mean? Because this is what we do for a living, Like, I feel a certain way. There might be a lot of people that don't agree with what Joose Joints said. I can't help that. But don't try to come at me physically trying to create harm towards me because you don't like what I say. If you don't like what I say, then tune it out or do something about it, like make your own movement, because whether people like it or not, Charlie Kirk had a huge following, even at that the event that he had going on in Utah at that university. There was thousands of kids out there. You know what I mean? Like people actually want to hear him. So just because I don't agree with him, there's a lot of people that do. You know what I mean? So it's just a touchy situation either way. But I just feel that way. Like violence ain't the way, man. Unless it's a different kind of environment. Like if something violent is coming physically towards you, then I understand why you would have to react physically. But if it's just talk and somebody's opinion, that's all it is to me.
All right. The story about 19-year-old Dakara Thompson out of Maryland. I don't know if you're familiar with that story. She had went missing. This was like late August.
No.
Okay, well, they ended up finding her body dumped underneath like a bridge, like the next county over. So this young lady, there's still some things people don't know about this case as far as what exactly happened. So just give it to you from what I have. She had went out for fuel or gas, and because she lived with her father, so she texted her father like going to get gas, be right back. That's the last thing you heard from her. Last time, we had anything close to talking to her, right? So they have surveillance of her leaving her vehicle and then walking off. She left inside the vehicle her purse and some other belongings. I want to say her phone, I think. Then she gets into a car with 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez, right? So they ended up back at Mr. Mendez's home. Yeah, go ahead.
How about say he got a lot of last names, don't he?
I mean, it's kind of normal for
Maybe the way you said it, I don't know, it just sounded like it had a lot going on there.
Hugo Hernandez Mendez.
Yeah, it sounded like yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
Let me get back serious, okay.
Yeah. So turns out that whatever he did to harm this young lady, he did it at his home. There was his neighbor said the dude neighbor said he heard what sounded like someone groaning and grunting, like having having intercourse but not enjoying it. That's what he thought he had heard. But there's still so many questions. Of course, so the young lady sustained skull fractures and some other bruising to the head and to the face when they found the body discarded underneath the Mr. Hugo Hernandez Mendez, just like my man who beheaded his boss in Dallas, both of them were illegals. And I'm only saying that because they're going to make a big deal of that. Like, no matter what, they're going to make a big deal of that. One of the gentlemen, as a matter of fact, I want to say Udonis Cobos Martinez, he was supposed to get deported, but the country they were deporting him to were like, nah, we don't want him because of his lengthy rap sheet. Like, we good on him. You can keep him.
Wow.
Because he had some charges back in California for stealing a woman's car, carjacking a woman's car while she's in it, and he was butt naked when he did all that.
That's man,
crazy. The blood moon or the full moon or messing with these moons is real out here, man.
I'm trying to stay out the way, brother.
It's real out here. It's real. That seems to be the moral of this whole story, man. That seems to be the moral of this whole story. And of course, I ain't even mentioned the young lady who got stabbed right here in Charlotte, here in North Carolina in Charlotte, with the light rail situation. Because what I didn't know was because when they first show the clip, all I see is the suspect who's sitting behind her. Then I see the young lady sit down. Then like 2 seconds after she sits down, my man just hops up and does what he does. I ain't know it was other people all around chilling. Didn't know that. And after she had, got done whatever she just sitting there leaking out and nobody.
Yeah. I didn't know we was going to touch on that, but very weird.
If nothing else, we're going to touch on that. Super
weird. Like, bruh, y'all just going to look at this go down like this? Like, this is what we live around. Like, really? Like, nothing.
Well, okay. If somebody has a weapon and you don't, how quick are you to jump on that person?
Just never know until the situation arises, 58. I can't answer those kind of questions, but I don't know if I could just watch somebody get stabbed to death right in front of me, bruh. And, I don't know. Maybe I'm built a little different. I can't help that. But I can't see myself just sitting there looking like and not doing nothing, bruh. Not even like dialing 911 on my phone or nothing.
Now, I can understand calling somebody, phoning for help. I can definitely get
Come on, bruh. Like, but doing nothing?
But I'm hearing all these people talking about they could have stopped and did all that, so you wanted to be more than one person stabbed and all that. That's what I'm just saying. Like, use y'all common sense.
Oh, yeah.
Stop wanting everybody. No, man. No, you just want you want somebody else to die valiantly, or valiantly, however you pronounce it. No, that's no. Stop doing that.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Don't be a superhero.
Let's be real. Yeah, let's be real here, man. Let's be real here.
You know,
I don't
but
care
if
how
I
many.
got the,
I don't care how many people on this train. If one person has a weapon, I know that one person with the weapon is getting off the train. He's going to be able to leave and move about freely if he has a weapon and the rest of the people don't.
Yep. But if I have a weapon, then it might be a different story though.
Now, yeah,
And I'm not talking,
it's
and I'm not
different.
talking about a doggone knife either. If I got a weapon, compared to his knife, then it might be a different story. Other than that, I'm at least hitting 911. Something, bro. I can't just stand there and not be no way proactive and just watch this female get murdered in front of me, bro, and not do nothing. The way it looked on that train, it looked like none of them was doing nothing. It looked like they were just looking crazy.
Well, somebody had to call, right? Somebody had to call 911 for the story to be a thing, right?
I mean, who knows what would happen, man? Who knows what happened, brother? We don't know. They didn't say nothing about that, did they?
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about that part. I ain't heard any 911 calls or nothing like
Nope,
that.
none of
that
that.
came out.
None of that.
I haven't, but I mean, somebody had to. They had to find out some way or another.
on the rail with him call. You didn't hear nothing about that, so it might have been somebody that was coming on to the train, and when they came to a stop, I might have came in and seen that shit like, oh, you know what I mean? But as for the people that was already on, I don't know what happened with that because I heard nothing about that 58.
Now, down here, we'll say somebody should have done something, but then like a busy, like a New York, they'll just be like, that's just a Tuesday.
Wow.
Straight
That
up.
is just that is just not a Tuesday in New York, man. Not stabbing a woman to death on the train, bro. Like that's not regular in New York either, man.
It's people that get pushed onto the subway line and get fried out there.
You right.
Come on, man.
Still, it don't make it right, man.
Yeah, never said that part. Never said that part. I'm just noticing narratives. That's all I'm saying. I'm just noticing narratives. Even the dude who did it, his mother and sister were like, yeah, ain't no way he should have been out here in the world. No way.
He actually so-called confessed to his sister and told him why he did it. I didn't hear the exact answer why.
He thought she was reading his thoughts, or reading his mind.
Okay. I knew it was something to that level. All right.
Right. Yeah. Sister said that.
Just like his sister and mama said he shouldn't have been out here in the world. He should have been somewhere else where he could have got help. And I'm gonna leave that at that.
Yeah, man. Blood moon, brother.
Yeah.
Blood moon.
Yeah. Blood moon making people apologize and everything now too. Maybe making people go crazy and then going to apologizing and being sorry. And I'm going right to Young Thug with that one. Cause this
I knew who you were talking about.
Yo,
I knew exactly who you were talking about.
Yeah. My man apologizing to everybody.
Well, before we get to him, let me speak on somebody who's in a worse situation than him, whose situation is gonna get a lot worse. Your man Y&W Melly, the young man who's charged with killing his friends in the car and trying to make it seem like that wasn't the case. His co-defendant done flipped on him. Y&W Bortland done flipped on him, so he can actually come home one day. So yeah, look like it's curtains for the young man Y&W Melly.
Figured that one.
You see, they pushed his case back. I think it was a mistrial the first time, so they pushed that second case back till 2027, so they could get him time to see if they could flip old buddy, and it worked for him. So yeah, this is probably gonna be the last we hear or see of Y&W Melly. But I don't know, man. With the advances that they have in recording equipment, he just may make some albums while being incarcerated. Who knows? But who did do a lot of spoken word while being incarcerated? Get back to your man, Young Jeffrey. You were saying before I so rudely interrupted you about Y&W Melly.
You definitely did not rudely interrupt me with that. You know what I mean? I had a pause because I was still thinking about you saying Y&W and Melly dropping more music. I've never heard his music, first of all, and I'm probably never going to hear it. So that's why I was kind of looking a little spaced out. But anyway, yeah, Young Jeffrey. We'll get back to Young Jeffrey talking a lot of junk while he was in jail, and it all came back. I don't know, 58. How are these calls coming back though? Like, how is it coming back to bite him like that? I don't get like how these calls are even coming back. Like,
somebody, whoever was responsible for putting them out, had them a long time ago, because he mentioned in that interview he did with Big Bank Black that they had called or got in touch with the Fulton County, whoever, to stop all that from coming out. So somebody had already had all this and was just waiting to leak it piece by piece by piece. So somebody was playing some real strategic audio warfare with your man Young Jeffrey.
But I'm still not getting like how did they get that? They worked in the jail or something? Like, how did they get it recorded?
Gotta be. But even when your man Young Jeffrey's out here doing all this spoken word, it says these calls are monitored and recorded. So
That's crazy,
if they're
man.
monitored and so if something is recorded, you have to know in the back of your head there's a possibility it could be replayed if it's recorded.
Yeah, you're 100% right. But I'm just like, wow, I guess it's all about the money out here. Trying to do something crazy, man. And I guess they figured out, hey, we got Young Thug talking like this. We're going to put it out. But it's just weird to me. But anyway, so what, in that new song that he came out with, it's called what? Man, I Miss My Dogs. That's the name of the song. And he's just apologizing to everybody. He's apologizing to Drake, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, his girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist. I mean, he probably apologizing to people I never even heard of. What's going on, 58? What's all this apologizing about?
That's weird that you said he's apologizing, because in that interview he did with Big Bang Black, he said in that interview everything he said on those phone calls he said to those people. So if that's the case, what are you apologizing for?
And the name of the song is "Man, I Miss My Dog."
He also said some more contradictory stuff in the interview. One of the first couple of lines, he said something to the effect of, "I wasn't raised by guys who, kind of like play victim or are victims." But then you listen to the rest of the interview, and he's trying to say how he was done wrong in this situation by Gunna, some other folks. So you wasn't raised by guys who play victim, but you sitting here playing victim.
And he's doing it very well, apparently.
Is he? Is he though? Is he doing it well? Because I don't think so.
I just think he don't care, man. He's coming straight out looking I don't know. He's looking real crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Now, him not caring, I think, is the furthest thing from the truth. And the reason I say that is because you had a sit-down interview. It was like 3 hours long, man. You care. You care how you are perceived out here, man. So you can't sit here. You can never say stuff about, I don't really care how nobody else judge me as long as this, that, and the third. No, you a lie. You do care. You sat down. You did a whole nother interrogation about you being in the interrogation room.
And people actually, their responses, they love the interview and they think Young Thug is that dude still. I seen a lot of people responding like that. Like they actually liked the interview and felt like he held himself right in that interview. You know what I mean? And he fixed his face. And I'm looking at it like, okay.
Go talk to the people who are the families of victims. Talk to them. Talk to them before you start feeling how you feel. Talk to them.
Right.
Go talk to them, man. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people who are looking at that interview and hearing the same things I was hearing. It was like, a lot of this isn't making any sense. It's not adding up.
Exactly. I don't know, 58. There's a lot of people that think this is cool nowadays, brother. This is what it is, man. People like us listen to things and we hear a whole bunch of different things because we know what's going on. Some other people now, they listen to it and I don't know, man. That's why I put my hands up, man. I'm good. College football, baby.
Well, speaking of people listening, I have some things people should be listening to or listening out for. Kenyon Dixon and Terrance Martin put out an album called "Come As You Are." So super dope. It's R&B, soul, jazz, funk. Is dope. If nothing else, listen to the single "See You Later." Remember I told you that. Kenyon Dixon, Terrance Martin, "See You Later." Listen to that. Also be on the lookout October 10th for Infinite by Mobb Deep. Yes, that Mobb Deep, Prodigy and Havoc. First full album since 2014. Havoc had previewed a song called Mobb Deep Against the World on the Joe and Jada podcast.
Really?
Infinite. Yeah, Infinite by Mobb Deep. October 10th. Y'all be on the lookout for it.
Can't wait. I didn't hear nothing about this.
Courtesy of Mass Appeal Records. Yeah. Nas had put out something about it on September the 8th, saying it was coming out. And then, just recently, Havoc was on the Joe and Jada podcast. That episode had Raekwon and also Rhapsody on it, and they were sitting there listening to it. Yeah. Infinite, Mobb Deep. Please check it out, man.
I can't wait.
I'm proud. Yeah, I'm proud of these veteran hip-hop acts, man. They're putting out dope music, man. And I'm pretty sure this Mobb Deep album is gonna be the same way. Joose.
Yes, sir.
Chicken, or AKA Chicken George. What you got? What you got this week in Joose Joints, man? Where did you go? What did you like? What did you hate?
Funniest thing you say, the craziest thing you say, and the way you say it, it's all the same because it's the truth. For some reason, you must know what's going on with me, brother. I went to another chicken spot, turned on some more chicken, and it's finger licking. The place is called Hangry Joe's, located on North Main Street in High Point, North Carolina. And I'm going to tell you right now, they get 5 chickens from me. Because you know what 5 is? It's like 5 mics in the sauce. You get 5 chickens from Juice and put all the
5
sauce all
chickens.
around them, because that is a great place to go. The chicken tenders are great. The flavors are great on them. The chicken wings are great. The French fries are great. Even the doggone white bread that they put on top of the chicken was great, because it rubbed into the hot rub on the tender. So when you eat it, it had that flavor of the chicken tender on it. Hangry Joe's, North Main Street, High Point, North Carolina. There's one coming on Lawndale Drive as well in Greensboro, North Carolina, coming very soon. But Hangry Joe's is very good. If you ever ate at Dave's Hot Chicken, it's on the same level as that. They got great hot chicken. The spices are there. Everything was there. But what I really can't wait is till next week when I tell you about the place that I'm going to today. Is a food truck and by the name of Rockin' Moroccan. So I can't wait to give you the reviews on this place next week, and hopefully they're just as great as Hangry Joe's was. And that's how I'm running it,
That's
58.
what's up. Appreciate you for that Joose Joints review. Joose Joints review, ladies and gentlemen. Well, now let's get to the end of the show. So you know it's time to do a little something I like to call Brick or Swish. I get a topic from each one of the segments: sports, news, and entertainment. I present Juice with a question. If he agrees with it, it's a swish. If he ain't with it, it's a brick. Juice, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Juice, brick or swish? The Green Bay Packers should be considered a favorite over the Philadelphia Eagles to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Brick or swish?
Doggone 58. You be coming with these soft ones. Doggone. Like, I'm just going straight on what I think, then nothing else there. Well, I'm going to go brick on that. I love the way the Packers have came out these last 2 games. They look great, but 2 games ain't nothing when you got 17. So you got 15 to go. The Eagles proved themselves already. You know what they about. You know who they are. And they coming back to try to get another one. Even though the Packers are in their way, they still trying to get through them. So I can't just go against them Eagles right as of now. But the Packers are looking good, but I'm throwing a brick to that. Eagle Nation over there, they running it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a brick on that for right now. Give me a couple more games, then I'll be able to make a more informed decision. But after 2 games, nah. And I'm not even sold on the hype of the Packers right now, because you just played 2 home games. I expect everybody except my Panthers to defend home. We'll see. Far as news goes, this kind of piggybacks off of the light rail situation, Juice.
Okay.
Should bystanders be charged with a crime for not helping victims?
So if I did switch, that means that they should. Okay, I'm gonna throw a brick on that. No, I don't think you should be able to charge a bystander. You can't do that. You know, you can charge anybody that was in, cooperation with the situation, or somebody helped do something, or somebody helped stab him. Then of course you gotta get that person, but you can't get a bystander for not doing that. No, that don't make no sense. Even though it's not right, but it still don't make no sense to me. If I see somebody get stabbed, what am I supposed to do?
Well, you said at least call somebody, right?
I mean, that's it. I mean, if you expecting me to do anything else, I can't. You can't expect that from a bystander. The way you came across when you asked it, I thought like maybe you mean like the bystander supposed to stop the situation from happening or try to stop it. Like physically. You can't expect the bystander to jump in. You know what I mean? But yeah, making a call or something, yeah. But I still think you can't charge a bystander for not calling 911.
Well, I think I'm gonna call Swish, man. I think bystanders, if you just sitting around watching somebody get something done to them, you should be charged. And I'm gonna tell you why. But this will stop a lot of people from just pulling out telephones instead of actually doing something. Because if you can pull out a phone and sit there and watch, I'm pretty sure, you could at least try to stop. Like, yo, if nothing else, my man, get off of him, get off of them, quit doing that. Yo, the police are on their way, the ambulance on their way. You gotta do something to minimize the damage. You can't just sit back and record it so you can upload it.
And you're 100% right, but look at that Charlotte incident. We ain't hear nothing about nobody calling nobody. I mean, you can't expect nobody to do anything, man. It's sad.
That doesn't change anything I said. What you said was true, but it don't change anything I just said, man. It don't change anything I said. All right, this last one. This is the end of Young Thug / Young Jeffrey's career. His steam has run out. He ruined his free from jail campaign, and this is it for him. Brick or swish?
Much as I hate to say, I'm gonna throw another brick. I know he messed up, done a lot of crazy things. He sound crazy. He look crazy right now, but I think for some crazy way he gonna end up bringing his career back. I'm not saying it might be as high as it was before, but I think he'll still bring it back to a level where it'll be lucrative to him.
I think this is it. I think it's over for him.
Done, huh?
It's flame. Yeah, flame done fizzled out, man. You ain't do the post jail situation like you was supposed to, man. You ain't look at none of the guys who went to jail before you and studied the blueprint. None of them.
None.
Yeah, you came out here. Matter of fact, you came out here and didn't even put out music while you was out. You just now, the first couple songs you make are about some stuff that ain't had nothing to do with you first getting out. It got everything to do with you while you was out, while you was still locked up. You ain't even think to put out music until now. Now that people calling you rat and all this, and they got your jail calls leaked, now you want to put out music. Nah, it's a rap, man. You better start thinking of another avenue. Let's see, what can he sell? I don't know. Guns, you better sell dresses with like stash spots for weaponry or something. This you gotta come out with your own little thug line of dresses now, man. Like what else can you do, man? I don't know, Young Thug fingernail polish.
Man, it's terrible.
Jumpsuits by Jeffrey, like the little one pieces or something like that. Yeah, man, that's where you at with it, partner. Yeah, I don't see it happen. Cause now, cause you making it hard for people who had who were fighting for you and stood beside you to stand next to you now. You're making it hard for them. Notice one of his biggest supporters was Mr. Clifford Harris. I ain't heard a peep out of Cliff.
Yeah, me either. He chilling.
I ain't heard a peep out of him. I think
he'll figure it out, 58. He'll come out with another hit. I give it to him.
All right, you better do a song with Gunna.
Better do
Gunna selling records. You better come out with a, oh my God.
Call that shit
that's what should have been on I Miss. You should have had Gunna on I Miss My Dogs. Y'all should have been going back and forth. You, Gunna, Lil Woody, like the whole 28 co-defendants. Y'all should have a song together or something like that. Or you should have got like everybody you was talking about, like and feature them on the song. Thug, Baby, Future, call him a deadbeat daddy, get him on there. Drake, yeah, man, that's how you should have did that, man. But I think it is Sarapsky for you, brother. Think it's a rap, man. Yeah, I could be wrong, but think it's over for you. Well, appreciate y'all so much for tuning in, man. Joose, you got any parting words for the folks before we get out of here, man? You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening since that blood moon, brother. It
is, man. I just tell you, all I can say is stay positive, and know who you are and be better.
What I'm gonna tell y'all to do is watch out. Watch out. This is gonna get worse before it gets better. Watch out. All right? I'm just telling y'all, watch out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's gonna get worse before it get better. They already threatening HBCUs, and they ain't had nothing to do with nothing when none of that stuff in Utah happened. We ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Be careful. Y'all be kind. Y'all be careful. Look out for one another for real, man. For real. This is about to get crazy out here, yo. Whenever you go outside, take God with you, man. This has been another episode of 58 South TV presents Topics of Discussion, your new home for sports, news, and entertainment. I'm your man, 58 South. That is Joose Jones. We will see y'all next time. Peace. Cut the check.